Hello Year 2 students, my name's Ella and we're up to lesson 41. Today we will need a calculator, a ball and a learning book. So I hope you have those things with you and let's get going. We're going to start with a number talk like we always do. So let's have a look at the number we have here. Remember we've been using hundreds, tens and ones. All right, now let's have a look, investigate what this number is. So we have 3 hundreds. We have, and I can subitize here, I can easily see we've got a group of 5, add the 3. So I can see we've got 8, 3 hundreds, 8 tens, and let's have a quick look at the ones. Now this is very interesting. We've got a 5, and a 2. 12 ones. Now that doesn't seem to fit. Okay, so we know that we can't have more than 9 in each of these. And I think you can remember 10 of these is one of those. So let's have a look at the model we've made down here. This is the same number, 3 hundreds, 8 tens, and 12 ones. We've got a lovely 10 frame here to show me that that's 10 inside. Okay, 10 of these is one of those. 10 ones is 1 10. So let's take this away. 10 of these is one of those and place it in our tens column. So now we have 2 ones, 9 tens and 3 hundreds. Let's change that on our number here. We can't have a number that's 380 12. What actually this number is, we've moved it over to here to make the 9 and we have a beautiful number 392. 10 of these is one of those. Nice number talk, good refresher. Let's move on to our lesson. Today's learning intention is to skip count using 2s, 3s and 5s, and we're going to do that forwards and backwards starting from any number. And we'll know we can do this when we can confidently and accurately skip count forwards and backwards. Okay, let's have a look at a hundreds chart. We've got a lovely pattern in front of us, which is our 2s. And I think you can see there's a lovely pattern in these lines. If I count by 2s, I'm counting with even numbers. What's the opposite of even? It's odd. And here are the odd numbers that don't have a counter on them. So I have placed a red counter on all of the 2s, and this is going to help me count. It's going to show me a pattern and it's going to help me skip count in 2s. So let's start at any number. Let's start at 42 and let's get a nice rhythm for our skip counting. That's going to help us do it accurately and fluently. Here we go. So I'm starting at 42, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, and so on. So I can click and count and looking at my pattern for 2s. Make sure you can do that too. We can count by 2s in a nice rhythm. Okay, what might be the next skip counting we'll need to learn? Let's think about our 3s. I'll get our hundreds chart ready. So here's our 3s on our 100 chart. I've managed to put it onto the 3, 6, 9 and so on, all the way to 100. And what a beautiful pattern that has been created by our 3s, our 3 times tables or counting by 3s. So let's have a look. I think you can see it too. There's some beautiful diagonals that run along each one. Okay, quite beautiful. And I can also see another pattern that's running this way as well. I wonder if you can see it. I can see that this way is missing 1, 2, then 1. 1, 2, then 1. So that's how our threes looks when we have a look at it on a hundreds chart. Let's do some skip counting. All right, let's try and find a rhythm. We were clicking last time. Let's try clapping this one. So this time I'm going to start with 21. Remember, we start from any number. We're going to start from 21. So here we go. 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48. I can count by threes. I started in the middle here and use a nice rhythm. If you don't have a hundreds chart, you might like to write them down. Okay, but we're going to be counting by twos, threes, and what was the last one? Fives. Let's get the 100 board ready. And here's the pattern for fives. And there's another very interesting pattern we've discovered. Not as many counters because we've got fewer numbers counting by 5. I think you can see a beautiful pattern here, and this is what we would call a vertical line. So we've got two beautiful vertical lines coming down either side, and the pattern here I can see a 5 in each one. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. So I can see some 5s on this first vertical line. I can see a 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. I'm counting in tens when I go down this line here. All right, I think we're ready to count, not forwards, but backwards by 5s. We're going to practice that. All right, let's start at 65, and we're going to go down with counting backwards. All right, a bit tricky, but let's give it a go. All right, here we go. Start with a knock. 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. Counting backwards by 5s. Congratulations, because that was a little bit tricky. Now, I've practiced them. You'll need some time to practice them for yourself as well. So remember, skip counting. Clicks, claps, or knocks might help. And we're going by 2s, 3s, and 5s. We're powerful mathematicians, and we'll get very good by practicing our skip counting. All right. The last thing I'd like to show you is the magic of a calculator, because we can skip count using our calculator as well. And there's a little bit of a trick that you may or may not know, so let's give that a go ourselves. And what we're going to show you today is the magic of a calculator with skip counting. And to do something a little bit tricky, we're going to use our 3s. All right, so this is going to help us skip count by 3s. I'm going to push the number 3, add 3 equals. I'll do that one more time. 3, add 3 equals. I think you can see the answer is 6. So we're skip counting by 3s now. All I need to do next is press the equal button because our calculator will skip count for us. So let's have a look. We went 3, then 6. I'm going to press the equals and we have 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 12. And each time I press the equals button, it will give me the next one in the skip count. So let's keep going. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Isn't that marvellous? Our calculator will skip count for us as well. And we can try that with any number. So there's some things for you to think about today. Skip counting that we know by 2s, 5s, and 10s, and then skip counting with the help of a calculator with some trickier numbers. Okay. So today we practice skip counting forwards and backwards from any starting point, and our doing task will be All right, let's practice with the bouncing ball. This will help you keep the rhythm too. Remember, we're going to go forwards and backwards. Let me show an example. I'm going to go by twos and I'm starting at 100. Here we go. 100, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110. 112, 114, 116, 118, 120. Keeps the rhythm and it keeps me thinking about that skip counting, 2s, 5s and 10s. So hopefully you'll have some fun with that. You might like to write your skip counts into your learning book as well. Go ahead, powerful mathematicians, and I will see you next time. Bye.